Okay, let's talk about satire. You see it everywhere, right? From your favorite late night show all the way back to classic books you had to read in school. And yeah, it's funny. It's supposed to make you laugh. But what if I told you that laugh is actually a Trojan horse for something much, much bigger? That's what we're digging into today, how satire is so much more than just a joke.
So, think about this for a second. What on earth could a book like George Orwell's Animal Farm, the super serious one about a farm revolution that goes horribly wrong, have in common with The Simpsons? I mean, really, one is this heavy classic novel and the other is a cartoon about a goofy yellow family. They couldn't be more different, could they? Well, turns out they absolutely share a secret weapon, and it's a powerful one.
Yep, you guessed it. That secret weapon is satire. Both of them use it to deliver some incredibly sharp, sometimes painful critiques. But before we get into how it's so powerful, we've got to be on the same page. What even is satire, really? Okay, so here's the textbook definition, but let's break it down. At its core, satire is this amazing literary tool. It takes stuff like humor, irony, and this one's a biggie, exaggeration, and it turns them into weapons. But it's not just shooting blanks for laughs. It's aiming at a very specific target: the flaws, the hypocrisy, the nonsense we see in society, in powerful people, in big institutions, and yes, sometimes even in ourselves. This is maybe the most important distinction to make. Think about a regular joke, right? Its whole job is to make you laugh. Once you chuckle, mission accomplished. But satire? Oh, it's playing a completely different game. The laugh is just the bait. The real goal, the real purpose, is to make you pause and go, wait a minute. It's designed to provoke thought. It's not just entertainment. Satire has an agenda. It's on a mission. So how does it pull this off? How does it get us to think just by being funny? Well, a lot of the magic comes down to one key strategy: embracing the art of the absurd. This quote really nails it. Satire works by taking something from the real world, let's say a little bit of political corruption or some social trend that doesn't make sense, and then it just blows it up. It stretches it into something totally ridiculous, totally absurd. It's like holding up a funhouse mirror to reality. The reflection is distorted and hilarious, but in that exaggeration, the original flaw becomes impossible to miss. I mean, think back to Animal Farm, pigs walking on two legs. That's absurd, but it's also a terrifyingly clear symbol of how power can corrupt absolutely. Okay, so this brings us to the big question, right? Why does this method work so well? Why is satire so powerful? It's not just one thing. It's actually a combination of 4 key reasons that make it so darn effective. Let's break them down. Okay, so here are the 4 big reasons satire hits so hard, and they kind of build on each other like a ladder. First up, it gets our attention through humor. Right? Think about it. Nobody wants to listen to a dry, boring lecture about what's wrong with society. But a really smart, funny joke? You're leaning in. The comedy is like the sugar that helps the medicine go down. It lowers our guard and makes us open to hearing a tough message. And once it has you laughing, that's when step 2 kicks in. It makes you think. That's the real trick. When you see a character like Mayor Quimby in The Simpsons being completely corrupt and incompetent, you laugh. But then there's this little voice in the back of your head that goes, wait. Is my own government that silly? That absurdity jolts you out of just accepting things as they are. Now, the third reason is really clever. Satire provides a way to offer safe criticism. Pointing a finger directly at a powerful person or a huge company can be risky, but if you do it through a story about, say, talking animals or cartoon characters, the humor creates this protective bubble. It allows creators to say really bold, really challenging things about power without getting into as much trouble. And finally, all of this together leads to the ultimate goal. It encourages change. When a whole audience laughs at the same ridiculous thing on screen, we're all in that moment agreeing that something is wrong. We're sharing a moment of recognition. And that shared awareness, that feeling of we all see this as absurd, is the very first step toward actually wanting to fix the problem. So you see, when you add all that up, the humor, the critical thinking, the safety, the push for change, it becomes clear that satire is way more than just being cynical or making fun of things. It's actually this incredibly sophisticated tool, a tool that's been designed and honed over centuries to question authority and nudge society forward. And that's really the heart of it. Doesn't matter if you're reading something from hundreds of years ago or watching a clip that went viral yesterday. Satire is always doing the same essential job. It's holding up that funhouse mirror to our world and asking us, really asking us, look at this. Isn't this just completely ridiculous? It's this amazing, timeless tool that challenges us to improve, and it does it by making us laugh at ourselves first.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Just look around at the world in this very moment. Our social media, our politics, the way we work, the way we talk to each other. What part of it do you think is just begging for the satirical treatment? What's the one absurdity happening right now that's just waiting for a brilliant satirist to come along and expose it?